Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to our recorded version of the recorded long run podcast that's pre-recorded. And as you may have guessed, we're all a bit tired, we're all a bit hot, but we're doing this for you, the listener, the viewer, because we care. Today, we're going to be talking about. Look at how nervous they look. Genuinely, do you know what we're talking about tonight?
No.
Not a Danny.
So tonight we're talking about goals for the second half of the year because it's June. We've reached that milestone of 6 months. It's actually coming to the end of June, which is pretty scary in itself. So I wanted to talk for the next 30 odd minutes about, and I must concentrate. I've had a real problem today concentrating on anything. What did I know the word? When I was talking to Lisa today in therapy, I was talking about I'm trying to be not distracted. That was it. Something like that. I keep getting anyone who's got ADHD, you know, but I keep getting easily distracted by something. I just started in the background, just already planning this video to go out. And I started doing this today. I had a load of work to do. And, but at lunchtime, I wanted to sit down. Well, I had something to eat. We ain't talking about that. But I had something to eat. And all I wanted to do was finish off the studio on Apple thing. But I got distracted because then I started thinking about something, and then I started basically editing a video that doesn't need to come out until October. But because I had the plan in my head, I started thinking about how it can. So I got easily distracted. So instead of relaxing over lunch, we're not talking about the food part of that. I ended up going off, and so I need to stay in the moment.
You never relax.
I need to stay in the present. I do, and I will be tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
Fishing.
You got it. Admin, do you want to see the t-shirt I'm wearing?
Yeah, I do actually.
I think Bill needs one of these. When's your anniversary?
Officially 1st of November.
Okay, so the 1st of November, can you make sure, everybody, Bill needs to watch this. I'd also like to see the docking one as well. Okay, you ready for this? You want to do a drum roll? I'll try. Let me just mute because Bud's going mental at the pigeon. Hang on.
What?
I think he said pigeon.
Right.
Is there a pigeon in the house? You're on mute.
Now you're going on mute.
Bill's going to look at this. Are you ready? What do you reckon it is, Wilco?
Camo.
Camo.
Are you ready for the big reveal, Ben?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
It's got to be camo. Come on.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
What is that?
I can't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
That is very expensive, and it was purchased as a new store. It's called Hamazon.
Do you remember?
Are you going to catch
a Navy shop when I was a kid?
Yeah, you
can.
Going there, but no, I better not say that.
You used to sell stuff like that. Terrible.
Yeah, no, but that's what I wear. So the fish ain't going to see me tomorrow when I'm relaxing.
Are you going to catch one of them massive catfish? Like
that's the plan. The plan is he's downstairs. But basically, what I want to do, the reason behind this cunning plan is I want my brother to catch one because he's going to scare the living daylights out of him.
But this thing was like Jaws.
It was 57 pounds. It was 7 foot tall. I ain't joking. It was 7 foot tall.
The picture was amazing.
7 foot tall. This thing was 57 pounds, and it took me about 2 hours to get the bloody thing in. It actually went round the lake. It was so big. But I want my brother to catch one tomorrow because he won't know what to do. It's genius. This plan.
Is he not a fishing expert?
Huh?
Is he not a fishing expert?
No, he's a scuba master.
Are you like the Paul Whitehouse to his Bob Water then? Do you sort of like?
No, it's more the other way round, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more the Bob Waterman element of that.
You get very excited.
I get very excited about that, which is surprising, really.
Yeah,
anyway,
I can't see why.
This award-winning running podcast is.
Running. Yeah.
I'm still confused about staying in the moment. We've just gone off on a tangent.
Again.
Welcome to the neuro. We should rename this the neurodivergent running podcast. I think. Oh, don't that'd be someone else would do that next. Another bloody running podcast. Another one. Some idiot would do that. Right. So, what was he talking about? Oh yeah, goals. So this is important. Genuinely, this is important because I was thinking about this because it's got to that point. So I've had that. What did you call it, Wilco, on the last pod? That bit, fallow, was it?
Yeah, like a fallow period.
Yeah, fallow period, which I kind of like that analogy. And now we're back in action. It does bring to mind some of the goals. The other thing that also made me think about this is because I looked at my schedule for the rest of the year, and pretty much in September and October, Nick's going to have to get a new husband moving. So if you want to apply for that role, please do your CV. So hello, it's fordyrounds.com. But yeah, because it's so busy in that period of time. I actually cancelled a race today because I realised that it was just too much. But it's going to be very busy. So, and then I was thinking about, what are my goals for those races and things like that. It started getting me thinking because I was getting distracted from doing what I needed to do. So that's where I wanted to go with this discussion, really, or conversation. They used to do that on Top Gear, didn't they? Used to do Conversation Alley. I think it was called.
There we go. Back in the room.
Right. Wilco, now
Yeah.
you categorically ruled out doing a marathon until Paris.
Yeah.
So do you have any specific? Now, they don't have to be running related. They can be nutritional. They can be sort of, but we're not allowed to talk about the thing begins with H. But they could be related around sort of gym works. That.
Yeah, I'm going to try. Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the gym because I'm going to try and, having not done so much gym work like in the last few months, it's always a wake up call when you think, Christ, I'm paying 40 quid to go to the gym a month and I'm not going. So I really ought to go. That's one motivation. But also I think, I'm getting to the age where I need to go. I need to try and get, just try and just to keep the show on the road, really, from a running perspective. I perhaps need to sacrifice a run a week to go. So I'm trying to go 2 days a week, trying to do arms one day, trying to do legs the other. And I'm going to try and keep that going and see if it makes much difference. And I'm trying to look at my nutrition as well. After we had the chat with when Matt came on a few weeks ago,
Definitely watch that, listen to that.
And we had a cracking pod with him, didn't we? So I've got some creatine on his recommendation. I'm trying that out and see that.
Does that give you the shits at all?
Well, I think it's a little bit early to say because it's only in the initial stages of this experiment. But yeah, maybe I don't know. So
because that's always the worry, isn't it, when you start all this thing? It's like them people who have that mojo fat weight loss injections and all that sort of stuff. You always have to worry about how that's going to impact you, like whether you get the
but then you can manage that, but then you won't sort of like if anything gave me sort of like side effects that that I'm not comfortable doing, I'm not going to carry on doing stuff.
That's always
I'll reevaluate.
With trying new stuff like that is the side effects.
Yeah, but then if it's only for a few weeks, it's difficult because you have to find out if you're going to get the side effects.
How are you taking this creatine?
In water.
Is it? What does it taste? Rank?
No, it's pretty flavourless actually. I got some from
in one hit.
Yeah, I got some from a very popular high street
your mate
health food shop,
H&B.
H&B.
Yeah,
not that well-renowned fashion outlet store, Hammers.
H&M.
So
I'm looking at them at the minute and sort of like popping around, see what might work, what might work for me. I'm always quite inquisitive about all sorts of stuff like that. Sort of like I will give stuff a go. So
would you be tempted by creatine?
Yeah,
sounds like something you paint on the fence, doesn't
it? Smells better.
You going for the creatine look?
Yeah, at some point I will. To be fair,
why?
We've got it in the house
because that's because Bill's like a muscle buddy.
Yeah, but he's got it. And actually, my brother-in-law and they've all been talking about it recently. So I was like,
Well, this is where it leads me on. Usually I refer to my assistant doctor, Mr. Page, but he's unavailable. He never answers the phone anymore. I don't know why he doesn't answer my phone calls anymore. But admin, what does the doc say about this?
I'll have to ask the doc, actually.
Can you ask the doc, on a serious point, can you ask the doc? So if you didn't know, Bill's dad's doc. And I'd be interested to see his thoughts on the alcohol. Obviously, we had the scientist on.
Yeah.
Who proved that you don't need to be putting CBD oil on your legs, Ben, because it's a total waste of money.
That was the most positive thing he said during the hour about something, about a particular supplement or anything like that. He raved about that more than he raved about anything else, didn't he?
Yeah, this is why it's interesting. I'd be interested on the doc's thought process on this happening.
All right, I'll ask the doc when he's back from holiday.
That's a surprise.
Or from the golf course, either one.
But he's my hero. He can do it.
What a ledge. She sounds like not man.
Ben, obviously, you're somebody who spends more time in the gym than not in the gym, which is a good thing. It's not a criticism, by the way. This is the why and the reason that he's able to run these far. vast times, and the fact that he's got an award-winning, high-profile, excellent coach. He's very, very humble. What do you think about this creatine?
I need to look into it because. So do you remember back in the day, like that was a banned substance back in the day? Do you remember Mary Pierce, like the tennis player? Wilco,
Oh,
you remember her?
Yeah.
Like she was that was an illegal substance. She got done take. Yeah. So she went from French tennis.
Are you
player,
making this up?
No, 100%. People will remember of
Can
the
you
time.
check that on Google?
Well, Wilco knows what I'm talking about. She went literally. She was built like a brick.
Oh, by the way, did that Raducanu young lady win the?
No,
she's got out. She
lost.
Oh, that's
God's
sad.
sake.
She needs some creatine. But yeah, so that's my only. So interesting that you talk about. I do need to listen to that pod with the scientist on it. But yeah, I'm
You
looking
do,
at
she'll
what
save you a lot of money, man. The crap you buy.
I don't buy that crap. I just have it in the cupboard. I haven't bought any recently. But yeah, I do. I want to start looking at supplements and stuff because I think there's, I do go to the gym a fair amount.
I reckon. But if you listen to what was his name again? Matt. If you listen to what Matt said about it, for you in particular, it probably definitely is worth getting on that bandwagon. And it seems like everybody it does work according to what Matt said. We'll get the doc's advice on it, but it's interesting. So Wilco's on the creatine. Now I feel like I need to be on the creatine.
You don't
I think you should go with the halloumi.
We're not talking about that. Do you want to see my camo top again? No. So Wilco's basically become a drug addict. But what are you doing in the second half of the year? What's your goals for the second half? Now, I want to temper a little bit this, Benny boy. I'm going to give you an opportunity before you go in two-footed because you have done this in the past. You've turned around and said, no, I can't say that. You put your bits on the table and you've said,
no, you've said,
this is what I'm doing. And in fairness, you've delivered every single time, right? I think that's admirable, takes guts, but it's also mildly stupid to do that. So I'm giving you the option now, right, of not telling the 10 million people that download this podcast, what your plan is for the second, what your goal is for the second half. You can if you want, but I'm not advising it necessarily. Over to you.
My goal for the rest of the year. So I want to focus on my nutrition and supplements at the gym. So
you want to become a drug taker like Wilco?
If it's good enough for Wilco off the telly, it's good enough for me.
It's a creatine.
Because I've, each time I was lifting during last training block for Paris, I kind of maintained lifting heavy, and I've kind of got heavier.
Can you explain to the kind of people like me out there?
Just keeping the weights up and not really cutting back and going, so lower reps and more weight. Whereas when I typically get into a marathon block, I'll drop the weights down a bit and do more reps. So I kind of tried to carry on building muscle. And then since London to now, I've kind of managed to increase the weights, which has been really nice.
Without creatine.
And so I kind of want to maintain that, but I do think I need to start looking at my diet. I definitely don't get enough protein.
I can help you with that.
I might come to your work.
Should we not go down that rabbit hole?
I'm just going to send him a picture and it'll go, a lot of protein, not enough protein. And I don't want to get into and while it works for me, I've done the whole weigh-in food and oh my god, weighing food and putting it into on scales, like measuring how heavy it is and how much
you're weighing your food.
So a lot of people like you. There's a few.
Hang on, classify a lot of people firstly.
Loads of people use like apps. Am I allowed to
weigh food?
So MyFitnessPal.
I'm sorry,
if you put in how much you're eating.
I've used MyFitnessPal.
Yeah. My husband's done it.
Yeah.
I used MyFitnessPal. Yeah, it's good.
To weigh food.
Yeah.
Well, no, you get some scales.
You get a bowl of Frosty Flakes, and you go, "Bosh, I'm going to stick 300 grams in there."
Yeah, and then you enter into this app.
And you weigh your milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's an absolute waste of time.
But
no,
but for some people, it's a way of tracking. As we track our runs and things like that, people track their food with their carbs and proteins and fats and things like
I'm
that.
trying to get my head around this.
if you want to eat a certain amount of protein, for
Yes.
example,
I
right?
would like to do that.
You don't just go, oh, that looks like a lot.
Yeah.
No, this is the thing. You should use the a lot weighing scheme. That looks a lot.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
might not
that's
be.
one way.
I walk into Tesco's, bowl down the eye, oi, bit of cheese there. That looks a lot. Thanks very much. See, it works. Go out this week. Anybody listen to this podcast and use the a lot method of sorting out your food. You go into McDonald's. That looks a lot of food. You don't eat it. So it's simple. It's a tried and tested thing. Oh, I need some protein. That looks like a lot of protein. I'm going to eat it. It's good for you. Do you see what I mean? There's crisps here. That's a lot of crisps. You don't eat them.
100 bags.
Can you see the a lot? I want everybody to go out there, all 10 million of you that listen to this episode, and go and try the a lot method.
But what happens in the reverse where you go, oh, I've just eaten a lot of crisps?
No, but you don't, because you view that and you go, that looks a lot of crisps, so you don't eat it. But
what if you don't view that at the time and you view it afterwards and go, oh, I've just eaten a lot?
Well, then you need to go back to weighing your food.
Exactly.
Because you can't. See, I think I've actually passed weighing food and moved on to the a lot method.
Right, you feel like that's the next step.
That's more advanced. I am. Tobe would
Can I get a pro subscription to that?
Tobe would absolutely be 100% on board with this. This is the genius way of measuring food. This is for people who haven't got time to weigh things and put things in plastic boxes.
Toby would agree. If you've seen your WhatsApp of all the things he's eating right now.
Yeah, and we would consider that a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying to you. So Wilco, this week when you go to Sainsbury's, I want you to shuffle down the old aisle, looking for a bit of protein. Oh, that looks a lot. Chip it in. But if you go down the Christmas sweets aisle and you start piling it in, you go, maybe that's a lot. Put it back.
Maybe just don't go down the aisle.
So the genius of this thing is sometimes a lot is really good.
Correct.
And then at other times, it's not very good at all.
No, this is a lot of creatine. You then get drug busted.
Yeah.
A lot of CBD oil. A lot of CBD oil makes no difference.
And it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Yeah. See, there's a lot. This is a lot of money. You shouldn't be doing it. Yeah. This is a lot of protein. It's good for you. It works on many scales. I want everybody to try it this week. It's genius. It's genius. I don't understand this weighing food thing still, but I'm telling you, if you reckon it works, I'm up for that.
But
who's going to do it for me?
This is the thing, and it is a lot of it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of time, and like you just want. So that's where I don't want to get into that, and I just want to look at my and almost go down that. I'm not endorsing that's a lot method because
no, you 100% are.
No, I'm not, because I do still weigh. I do still weigh things. I do still weigh things. Like I think
it's exactly the same as like you. If you do it enough times, you know what your easy pace is, and you're going out. I'm running out of my easy pace. You don't need to look at your watch. You know it. Yeah. In the same way, you will know how much a portion of cornflakes you want to eat.
Yeah,
how much what it represents.
Yes.
You know, you will. The more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, and you'll just get the rough numbers. You don't have to weigh everything to the individual ounce, but you will. The experience will say, "This is what we need to do."
This is the second week we're talking about food. This is a running podcast. You've all let yourselves down again.
But you said goals, and my goal is that I want to.
I thought you was going to say I'm going to run like 2:15 in Chicago. We'd have gone, you're an idiot, and moved on.
Okay, I'm going to run 1:59.59 in Chicago. There we go. You're an idiot. Well, now we can move on.
What's your goals? And if it's about food, I'm stopping the podcast now.
No, it's not about food actually. I've got a big birthday in a few months, so mine is to just feel as fit and healthy as possible when that comes round.
Oh, look at his face. Look at his face.
No, it's not. It's true. Because
it's a bit
I don't want to go, I'm going to run this fast.
I'm not asking you to do that.
No, but I'm just telling you, because that does come up a lot from my other friends, that the Great North Run's coming and there should be this and that. But
well, I'll make them right.
Maybe, but I'd rather just go, do you know, I'm going to do some exercise. I'm going to get out. The weather's great at the moment and I'm going to feel really good about myself. And that's it. And if I get, a few months down the line and feel good and feel healthy, then great.
I'll tell you what is good for that: running along a river. Apparently,
Yeah.
there's one in Kingston.
Exactly.
And a lot of protein. That'll help.
A lot.
And no halloumi.
I'm telling you now, that's definitely the method. I'm going to trademark that. It's definitely the
The
way
a
forward.
lot diet.
Lots on it.
In terms of running goals, Benjamin, because you totally swerved that with all that other talk about.
You told me not to.
No, I didn't say that. I said I gave you the option, and I'm not looking for times. I'm not looking for times.
Okay.
Is there any running specific goals for June? No, we're in June for the second half.
End of the year.
Who's it?
I'm doing Chicago. That's
Right.
my A. That's my A race.
That is your A race, yeah?
Yes.
But outside of that, is there anything?
Not really.
No.
I'm just. I think I really struggled with my Paris training block. I think I came out the back of last autumn having done a stupid amount of marathons, and so I struggled to get back into that block. I've taken a bit of time after London. I want a consistent block and feel good, and yeah, that's my kind of main one is solidly get. We hit. I think I did hit a couple of 60-mile weeks in the Paris block. I would like to kind of consistently during Chicago block be at 60 miles on my main weeks, and that's more of a goal than any time.
There's
and
a lot
stuff
to be
like
said
that.
for consistency.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair play.
I mean, do you think your health and safety drive, or whatever you was talking about, any of that will revolve around being consistent?
Yes.
Because you're the most inconsistent person I know, other than Ben.
Yep. No, actually, Toby is more inconsistent than
No,
me.
you
No,
can't talk
he
badly
don't do
about him.
nothing.
No,
Consistent.
he doesn't need to be consistent because he can simply go out and run a marathon or go out and run a fast 10K. He can do whatever he likes. You can't. He's on a pedestal. Sorry. There's Bill's dad and Speaker. All right. You can't talk about them. Like that. Go.
Not
Go
fine.
back.
Yes, I have in my head I'm going to do X amount of runs a week and a class at the gym because I just really enjoy it. So just to add something in.
Which class is that you enjoy?
It's going.
I could come in my new t-shirt.
She won't see you.
It's true. I could hide.
It's called bar class. It's like a
What?
bar. It's like
What, you just sit there at the bar and drink?
No.
That's Tracy's class.
Yeah.
Bar class. You go to a bar.
No, it's like the ballet bar. Ask Nick, she'll tell you.
Oh,
it's a ballet thing.
Yeah, it's like using the ballet bar, but doing lots of stretching and strength work, and it's really fun.
I bet that's
it's like
good. Single
45 minutes, and then they do like 5-10 minutes of stretching at the end, so it feels really good.
A friend of mine, she did that, and then she got into adult ballet. She started going to ballet classes.
Yeah.
I bet that's well good for you. So you think about it. I saw this because Daisy was in this ballet thing. I make you laugh. I was sitting there watching this ballet thing, and I can't remember what it was called. Some secret room or something. And Daisy was amazing in that. But Nick's friend said to her as she said after. She said she just looked at me and she said, Chris is either thinking about something else or he has absolutely no idea what's going on. I didn't know what was going on. It was unbelievable. But what the point what I'm trying to make is when I think about that ballet that they were doing, they were all like all the single leg and like you think about plyometrics and the jumping and all that and standing on that leg and all that. That must, as a runner, that must be so good for you.
Yeah.
And so when do you get the drink in the bar? I
get a coffee on the way out.
But is it not in a bar then?
No, it's in like.
What's the bar got to do? What is it? I don't understand.
You hold on to a bar when you do ballet, don't you?
And it's spelt differently, right?
Yeah, BARRE.
Well, I never knew that.
There you go. See, me and Sabrina are cultured.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Actually, did you
know that we're cultured?
Lots of them.
I knew that. I always knew you two
let's
were
go
cultured.
back a step. So let's go back a step. So you would recommend this to other people to go and try it for running?
Brilliant.
Really?
I tried like Pilates and I went to a yoga class and stuff because I was like, I think some kind of stretching and something.
Yeah, 100%.
Slowing down whilst I haven't been doing much running. Just my life is quite busy in that moment of going, what can I do? And I didn't enjoy those as much. Whereas actually what I liked about bar is there was still music, there was still movement, there was still, You
get a lot of music in bars.
Yeah. But there was still, pace to the first 30, 35 minutes of that class. So
I got a question.
Oh God.
Is the person taking it called the barman? Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
You know, did you know though, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mike Tyson, they've all done ballet as part of their
I'm not
training.
surprised. I've been serious.
Loads
Right?
of
Now you
footballers and
say
stuff
it,
have all done it because it's so good for them.
it makes total sense to me. After sitting there watching what the kids did, like obviously not kids, but like they went up in age groups.
Yeah.
You know, the strength they had in their legs is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like phenomenal. So it makes total sense.
And your core as well. It's really
many
good.
geezers do it.
No, not here actually.
So we need to open it up to more geezers.
Yeah.
Should we go?
Well, I'll invite you lot all to come with me on a Sunday morning. There we go.
No, I'm busy Sundays. Can we not do it another day?
Yeah, Thursday nights.
Can't do Thursday nights.
I mean, this sounds like a you problem.
It is very much. Mate, Ben, you should go along, do this, go to the bar.
I love going to the bar.
Oh, we know he loves going to
There
the
is
bar.
a bar in the gym, and there's breakfast too. So
is it a DL?
I know. I've been serious. I think we could be onto something here. We could. I think more runners should be doing, not going to the bar, because that's not what we're trying to say. We're trying to say do this ballet thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something in this because it's single leg strength, right? It's key. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Running's a single leg exercise. Think about it. So that's actually a really good shout. I mean, what if they do that around here?
Yeah, they do.
Probably.
How do you know that?
Because they'll definitely do it around there. Because I go to a gym that's a chain of gyms, and there is one not too far.
Oh, that's a job for you this week. Other than trying the a lot scheme regime, you need to find out whether there's the ballet at the gym. Hartem, I think.
I don't think they do it.
If they don't do it, they're discriminating because some of us want to do it. It's true, though, isn't it? I like the idea of that. I mean, I'll be serious. I think that's actually a really smart way to think about it, really.
And I feel like just for me, it gives me something different in the week. And if I can do that consistently, I really enjoy it. And the Sunday morning, I feel really good. I've been out and back before, day started. It feels great.
Do they play music in the bar?
Yeah.
What sort of music is it? It's not that bad because the stuff they play for.
No, it's more like, it's a bit more like poppy dancey. It's not like ballet's quite like placid,
like
slow. It's
how
not
out
like,
there on the piano.
no.
Have we got Kylie?
Oh, she might have Kylie actually. I can ask her next time I go because I couldn't get.
You could ask the barman to play Kylie.
I'll see if she can do Kylie for you, Ben.
It's genius, isn't it? So there we go. So everybody, let me get this straight. Let me recap this amazing award-winning podcast that we've done. Basically, Wilco's taking drugs. Ben's, I can't remember what he's doing. He's weighing food or something. I lost interest. And admin's going to the bar.
Yeah.
Is that what we've worked out that we're going to be doing for the rest of the year?
What are you doing?
Well, funny you should say that. I don't really know, to be honest. I have Chicago in mind, as we all know, in terms of running well. Going back to Wilco's point, which I think was actually on, was it in this one or was it the last one? I can't remember. One. But going back to Wilco's very valid point, my goal for Chicago is not time-based. My goal for Chicago is to run well. And what I mean about that is I want to run confidently like I did in London a few years ago, feel in control, know what I'm doing, feel good. Yeah, hard effort, but ultimately, feel like I've got across the line and well, you know what? I've done well there. You know what I mean? That's the feeling that I want to get from Chicago. Now, I feel like I can achieve that by implementing a few things. We've all joked about it the last couple of episodes, but reducing my weight because I feel like I was a little bit over. So doing that deliberately. Focusing on, obviously, the strength work is important to me. Focusing on the speed work now, although I've had the niggle in terms of my leg, but I'm hopefully getting that resolved. So that opens up the speed work, which I wasn't able to do because I needed to build the base back up again from the other injury. So I'm hoping if I can chuck that all into the cooking pot, then we can get to that point of that. But I am so looking forward to Chicago. Like, not just as I said, the running element, but just the whole, going away, bro, everyone out there, seeing what everybody else is doing, hanging out, sunrise run, pod, everything. Like everything. I just think it's going to be a great adventure. I like adventures.
Are you going to get your own bobble hat?
Yeah, bro's doing that as well.
Great.
That's
This
if he
morning.
survives tomorrow's adventure. Could get dragged in. Could get dragged in by that 57-pound cat.
He's all right. He can swim.
Yeah, it's true. Once he's in there, it doesn't really matter. It was a piss take, right? When we was doing that triathlon, we was going along and he was like, I could tell he was bored because he kept going under, coming up, and he'd pop up over there. And then he swam off and went over there, did a bit of filming, come back down, and all of a sudden he's underneath me. I was just like, are you taking this seriously?
No,
like,
it wasn't.
No, not really. He was just cocking about the whole way. But that was good. Anyway, I can't remember what we was talking about. Chicago, that's the goal. That's it. End of story for me. But it's not a goal as in, I want to run this marathon. I want to run this time. I just want to go and have a good time.
Yeah.
A good time is probably the only time I want to make come true, sort of thing. Right, that's it. That's it. Admin, you've all got jobs to do this week. Then report back on for the next show that you're on. Admin, you got to check with the doc whether Wilco's drug abuse is good for you or not. Wilco, you've got to go and try the a lot method.
Yeah.
And Ben, you've just got to stay out of those bars.
I mean, I can try.
I think that's the end of another show. Wilco, out of 10, how would you rate the last show we did?
The last one I thought was a banger.
Really?
Oh, 9.
Solid.
Yeah.
9. So
solid 9.
So this, all right. We're going to stick. Ben, how would you rate the live one?
I would have gone solid 9. I had fun.
Really? Admin, the last one, the Hulimi episode.
Yeah, I mean, 9 for fun, 3 for content.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'll be honest. I would go a strong 0 for anything on that last one. Honestly.
Oh no, 0 wouldn't have turned up.
No, I honestly, I think not turning up would have been more value than we gave in that last one. So how would you compare that to this one, where again we've spent most of the time talking about food? Wilco,
I think it's been enlightening. I would go with I'm going 9 as well. I like it.
Ben,
what for content on this one? I think we've upped it to a 4. 9 for enjoyment again.
Jesus Christ. Admin.
About a 6.
A 6. It's so bad. We're doing such a bad job.
We're actually getting sacked by Hayden.
What I would say to you all is, seriously, if you're listening to this in June, get yourself some goals, write it down, put it down on a piece of paper, focus in on that. Don't do a stupid goal like, I don't know, you're going to eat Hulimi and then do a line of creatine. Just do something serious, right? Think about it, write it down, and focus in on it. Give yourself that motivation, all right? Right, team, that's it. We're back live. I'm back Monday, I think. I don't know what is going on. I'm too hot. I'm melting. I'm going fishing. I've checked out. We shall see you all later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.